Okay, let's talk about nonfiction books. This is where Usborne really shines. I'm going to start with our Peek Inside series. We have lots of Peek Inside books: Peek Inside Animal Homes, Peek Inside Dinosaurs, Peek Inside Nighttime is my son's favorite. And with these books, they are Lift the Flap books. This one is very well loved. And my favorite thing about these books is the different shapes and sizes of all the flaps, and it just gives kids a look into whatever that topic is with flaps. And this one is really fascinating to me. It's a cool concept to let kids see what goes on when they're sleeping. There are actually other people awake and animals awake doing things. So really cool book, Peek Inside Nighttime. Next, Look Inside, which is kind of one level up. This one is Look Inside Our World. Bite-sized chunks of information about different topics. As you can see, this one is kind of all about Earth and a lot about climate and how all of that works. So nice bite-sized pieces of information, cool flaps, very interactive. Next, we have See Inside books, so larger, even more information, more advanced readers. This one is See Inside Great Cities, which is really cool. Sorry, I have to use my eyes. And it kind of gives you a look inside major cities around the world and information, historical information about the buildings there, and lots of cool stuff. See Inside Great Cities. Next, we have lots of space books, starting with My Very First Space Book. This is for toddlers to get an introduction into our solar system, planets, the moon. My Very First Space Book. We have a lot of My Very First books. The newest one is My Very First Dinosaur book, so check that one out too. This is one of my absolute favorite books. I was shocked at how cool the illustrations were when I got it. The moon looks like it's literally shining off of the page. So with On the Moon has drawings for illustrations, but also photographs. That's actually a photograph of the moon that's put into the picture, and real pictures, small bits of information, real pictures of the Earth. There are huge mountains and big holes, but there are no trees or water, no animals or people. On the Moon, love it. Next, The Big Book of the Body. This is one of our brand new books. So you may be familiar with our big books. They have really sturdy cardstock pages. And this one is really cool because the fold-out sections are focused on different parts of the body, like the skeleton and muscles. Lots and lots to learn in this book. We have the digestive system and the brain, senses, lots of great information in the Big Book of the Body. Next, The Astronaut's Handbook. This is a really cool book for any kid that's ever dreamt of becoming an astronaut. It has little drawings and kind of a guide to what it's like to live in space and to visit space as an astronaut. This is a brand new title, Brain Twisters. This is great for middle school kids to kind of understand how the brain works. And it has little activities to go along and to kind of test the different parts of their brain. And it talks about why they think different things, why they see different things. Really interesting brain twisters. Next, this is 100 Things to Know About Science. I love this because it has 100 different topics that are interesting. 21 extinctions, and it has information on different animals and why they become extinct, how. 29, the largest living organism is a fungus. Information on a fungus. So definitely for any kid who is interested in science, but also maybe not, laid out in a very kid-friendly way. This one I love, The Story of Science. It has information on famous people and discoveries in science. And so what I like about this book is that maybe the kids read about a certain discovery or invention or person in this book before they learn about it in school. And so they already have that background. Very cool. Next, some more Lift the Flat books. This is What Makes It Rain. This is brand new this year. So flaps with questions and then answers, which is really cool. Like, do all rainbows have the same stripes? And how can I make a rainbow? And it tells you how. Lots of really cool information about weather. Next, Lift the Flat questions and answers about your body. So similar questions and answers, but this time, again, all about the body. Really cool. This one is new this year, Lift the Flat, Computers and Coding. So I know there are some dads out there who work with computers all day and kind of like the opportunity to show their kid what they do while they're at work, how they work with computers, and kind of talks about how information flows inside a computer. Very fascinating. Next, we have these great little books that cover different topics. This one's about drones. This is new this year. Deadly Animals. There are all kinds of books, just like this one, with lots of great pictures and information about different topics. We have encyclopedias. These are great for homeschooling or even just having another resource at home. Amazing pictures, great information. One of the great things about our encyclopedias is that they are all internet linked, and so they can go online and kind of explore the topic further that way. A few more homework helpers. We have the First Illustrated Math Dictionary, which I wish I had had when I was in elementary school because I was not a math person, and if I could have visually kind of seen these concepts laid out early on, it would have really helped me. Times table activity book. This is something that a kid can work in and write in, laid out really in a friendly, fun way, working on their multiplication tables. This is not a math book. It's kind of like an art book that touches on some math concepts. So this is a really cool book for kids that like math, or again, kids that don't and might be reluctant to work on it. And then finally, we have great books for writing and the English topic, Not Your Everyday Illustrated Thesaurus. So this is a really cool thesaurus with lots of pictures and kind of laid out in a friendly way. Thesaurus, my first story writing book, and write your own adventure storybook. Again, I would have loved to have one of these. Kind of helps kids with the brainstorming process, developing characters, developing plots. Again, laid out in a really fun, friendly way. And then we have these really cool Shakespeare resource books, including Where's Will, which is kind of like Where's Waldo, but you have to find Shakespeare in all of his plays in the settings. So that's really fun. I hope you enjoyed those. Thanks.